We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Students, today we will see about the molecular docking. These are the content. What is docking? Docking tools, types of docking, kinds of docking, search algorithm, scoring function, high throughput screening and virtual screening and docking. So in docking there is a target and ligand which forms a kind of interaction, and to understand this we can provide the example like enzymes and ligand binding, that how the activity influence after the binding of enzyme and ligand. That is the same thing applied over here also, but the purpose of docking is to evaluate the drug binding site which is available or we can interpret through the software. So this is a software tool how we can evaluate the structural determination and the inhibitor design, so that we need to have the information regarding the protein and the database from the small molecules. Into that portal software will ultimately dock this into the site, and we will get the structural determination. So molecular determination or the docking is divided into 2 categories: search algorithm and scoring function. That depends completely on the molecular dynamics and the empirical rules. After that, the docking assessment will take place, and in that we will justify the docking accuracy, enrichment factor, prospective pharmacological validation. These are the docking tools, and most frequently used software is Autodock, and for that we need to have the Swiss PDB file. And the Swiss PDB file we have the protein structure and somewhat ligand database, and according to that the Autodock will perform the operation. These are the types of docking: lock and key rigid docking. In rigid docking, both the internal geometry of the receptor and ligand is kept fixed and docking is performed, while is induced fit in flexible docking, and enumeration on the rotations of one of the molecules is performed. Every rotation, the surface cell occupancy and energy is calculated. Later, the most optimum pose is selected. So in rigid docking, historically the first approach is there, and here you can see the molecule and the docking surface. In that the relative surfaces has drawn from the various functional group that is attached to the benzene ring. So here the structure that is provided over this illustration is having the steric part, and the steric constant is there, and during the docking in the software, it will generate a kind of grid lines. That grid lines ultimately will affect the final surface of that drug binding site. Flexible docking, in that you can see that we can move the grid line into the software and either reduce the flexible ligand to rigid fragments connected by one or several hygienes, and search the conformational space using Monte Carlo methods or molecular dynamics. So molecular dynamics involved for the flexible docking. So these are the stages, or we can say these are the particular different fragments in the one parent moiety, that how it will fit into the different sites available on the receptor. So here one example is there, but in this example the last one you can see that the docking is not feasible because of that second structure is not in the perfect corner of the receptor. Kinds of docking: bound docking, unbound docking, global docking and local docking. These are the 4 types. Bound docking and unbound docking. The complex structure is known, and the receptor and the ligand in the complex are pulled apart and reassembled. In bound docking, the goal is to reduce a known complex where the starting coordinates of the individual molecules are taken from the crystal of the complex. Individual determined protein structures are used. In the unbound docking, which is a significant more difficult problem, the starting coordinates are taken from the unbound molecules. So the bound and unbound is totally different from the receptor. On the basis of that, the docking will take place. Global docking. The general problem includes a search for the location of binding site and a search to figure out the exact orientation of the ligand in the binding site. A program that do both makes a global docking. Global docking is more demanding in terms of computational time and the results are less accurate. Local docking, what is that? Sometimes the location of the binding site is known. In this case, we only need to orient the ligand in the binding site. In this case, the problem is called local docking. Methodological advances. Inverse docking, in that small molecules of the interest are docked into the library of receptor, while in contrast to covalent docking, it is used to study the covalent character between the ligand and the receptor. It provides stronger binding affinity that prolongs the duration of biological effects. Search algorithm. So various types of method we can use. There are strategies like systemic method, random method, and simulation method, according to where we can get the information regarding that conformation of protein binding and the protein itself. Systemic search, it uses incremental construction and conformational search databases. This search algorithm explores all degree of freedom in the molecule. Ligands are often incrementally grown into the active site. Stepwise or incremental search can be accomplished in different ways. While docking various molecule fragments into the active site region and docking and linking them covalently or alternatively by dividing dock ligands into rigid and by flexible side chain, we can say. And in that, the degree of freedom means all kind of orientation of the molecule in which the ligand will occupy the main region of the receptor or the binding side of the active side of the receptor. Systemic, once the rigid code is defined, they are docked into the active site. Flexible regions are added in the incremental fashion. Another method of systemic search is use of library of pre-generated conformations. Library conformations are typically only calculated once, and the search problem is therefore reduced to a rigid docking procedure. Random search. This method operates by making random change to either single ligand or population of ligand. A newly obtained ligand is evaluated on the basis of the predefined probability functions. So here the probability function is used to define the random search. Basic idea is to take into consideration of already explored area of conformation space to determine if a molecular conformation is accepted or not. The root mean square value is calculated between the current molecular coordinates and every previously recorded conformations. Random search uses the two algorithms, Monte Carlo algorithm and genetic algorithm. Simulation search, it uses the algorithm like molecular dynamics and energy minimization. Now these are the two important factors, molecular dynamics and energy minimization, while computing the main target size. In this approach, proteins are typically held rigid and the ligand is allowed to freely explore their conformation space. The generated conformations are then docked successively into the protein, and the simulation consisting of a simulated annealing protocol. So the main application is to computer driven method, that is use of algorithm like molecular dynamics and energy minimization. Scoring function. The evaluation and ranking of predicted ligand conformations is a crucial aspect of the structure-based virtual screening. Scoring functions implemented in docking program make various assumptions and simplification in the evaluation of model complexes. They do not fully account for a number of physical phenomena that determine molecular recognitions, for example, entropic effects. Affinity scoring functions are applied to the energetically base pose or n base poses found for each molecule, and comparing the affinity scores for different molecules gives their relative rank ordering. Essentially, following types and classes of scoring functions are currently applied. First one is force field based scoring, empirical scoring functions, knowledge based scoring functions, consensus scoring, and shape and chemical complementary scores. Classes of scoring function, that is force field based. There are one example is autodog, dog, and goal score based on terms from molecular mechanism force field. Second one is the empirical, that is parameterized again experimental binding affinities. So one parameter is used, and based on that we are mimicking the binding affinities. For example, the software platforms are ChemScore, PLP, Glybe, SP, XP. Knowledge-based potential based on statistical analysis of observed pairwise distribution like PME, Drugscore, and SAP. Terms in scoring function, various terms are there. Entropy is there, hydrophobic, electrostatic charge bonding, van der Waals bonding is there, context is there. Level of approximation on the one axis is there, on the another axis time required is there. So entropy in terms of dissolution means the solvation energy includes in that. Shape and chemical complementary scores, they divide the accessible protein surface into zones like hydrophobic, hydrogen bonding, bond donating, and hydrogen bond accepting. Do the same for the ligand surface. Find ligand orientation with base complementary scores. So these are the general requirements how the shape in chemical complementary affects the score. Empirical scoring function, this is a illustration of a one article is there. The development of the simple empirical scoring function to estimate the binding constant for protein ligand complex of known three-dimensional structures. So using the three-dimensional structure, we can able to understand the binding constant. Bohm's empirical scoring function. The scoring function is the empirical scoring function. Empirical is equal to incorporate some experimental data. The coefficients delta G, that is the Gibbs free energy, in the equation were determined using the multiple linear regression on experimental binding data for 45 protein binding complexes. Although the terms in the equation may differ, this general approach has been applied to the development of the many different empirical scoring functions. In general, scoring functions assume that the free energy of the binding can be written as linear sum of terms to reflect the various contributions to binding. Bohm's scoring functions included contributions from hydrogen bonding, ionic interactions, lipophilic interactions, and loss of internal conformational freedom of the ligand. So this is a equation for the here delta G binding energy is there, delta G0, that is the initial energy, and the various terms like ionic, lipophilic, that includes the hydrophobic and non-hydrophobic, like ionic and hydrogen bonding includes in that, and according to that they will find the value of delta G, that is the free energy included in that. Delta G0 is the contribution to the binding energy that does not directly depend on the any specific interaction with the protein. So these are the terms. Delta G is a thermodynamic term that we have to consider. Knowledge-based scoring function. So these are designed to reproduce the experimental structures rather than binding energies. Free energies of the molecular interactions are derived from structural information on protein ligand complexes contained in PDB. PDB means protein data bank. Boltzmann-like statistics of the atomic context suggest that these are the general formula, and beta is equal to Boltzmann constant. So that constant influences the binding affinity that indicated is in this equation. Distribution of interatomic distances is converted into the energies function by inverting Boltzmann law. So here the one illustration is there, that how free energy of the content is derived from the Boltzmann law. By inverting the Boltzmann law, here on one axis free energy of the contact is there, on the another axis probability of contact is there. This is the equation for that, the how the distance between the two and bindings and ligand influence the energy that is associated. There's a kind of parabola structure is there. For example, creating the distribution of ligand carbonyl oxygens to protein hydroxyl groups, that how it affects the probability that include over here. On the one axis the distance is there, and on the other axis number of the substrates is there, like interactions. Force field based scoring. Molecular mechanics force fields usually quantify the sum of two energies, the receptor ligand interaction energy and internal ligand energy, such as steric strains induced by binding. Most force field scoring functions only consider a single protein orientation conformations, which make it possible to omit the calculation of internal protein energy, which greatly simplifies scoring. So non-bonding interactions, ligand protein interaction includes the van der Waals, electrostatics, and Amber force field. Consensus scoring. Consensus scoring combines information scores to balance errors in single scores and improve the probability of identifying true ligands. And exemplary implementations of consensus scoring is F-score. Like these are the portals, or these are the platforms which can be used on the computer. High throughput screening and virtue screening. These analogs require the virtue screening, means the combination of various platforms like Autodoc and Maya and everything. In that, the design will be there in the Autodoc, and basing on that, the library will search small molecules in the protein binding site. High throughput screening, popular approach to target validation, process of testing a large number of diverse chemical structures to identify hits. So benefits of HE hits, that's high throughput screening, that allows screening of thousands of compounds on repeatable basis. More effective drugs can be developed at the fast rate. Ability to optimize the compound lead selection and eliminating compounds that do not show measurable activity. Reduces time and cost effective. Virtual screening, it is a computer technique used in drug discovery. So such libraries of small molecules in order to identify those structures which are most likely to bind to get a drug target, typically proteins receptor or enzyme. Virtual screening uses computer-based methods to discover new ligands on the basis of biological structures. There are mainly two categories: ligand-based and structure-based. So docking ligand protein docking, the steps involves the preparation of input and grid preparations. Preparation of input files that assign charges, define rotation bonds, rename aromatic carbons, merge non-polar hydrogens, and write PDB ligand files. Ligands can be obtained from various databases like Zinc and PubChem. And while selecting the ligand, there are other 5 rules which is applied over here. Protein preparation, that load charges, merge ion pairs. So these are for the ligand preparation. What will be the protein preparation? In that solvation parameters, YPDB, water molecule interaction, hydrogen atom is there, all explicitly determined. Docking preparation, in that grid line is there, and in that we can manually move the grid line on the surface of the protein, and that is the pre-calculated. Now this is the one virtual screening is there, that how the protein will look like, and these are the amino acids, and this is the structure. This is the grid, how you can put the grid line on the surface of the protein. This is the ligand data, that how the ligand will look like in the portal. and this is a command probe which we can manually set the affinity and different parameters like free energy and all that thing. Key points: there's here various portals are used that differing in how the atoms are matched in distance calculations, and the difference and the distance between the nearby atoms or any hydrogen bonding is there, that will automatically calculate in the portal. Polar hydrogens are needed in the input structures to correctly type heavy atoms as hydrogen bond donors. So these are the another structure determining that how the hydrogen bond donors and the another conformations is looking at like primary hydrogen or secondary hydrogen. And these are the bindings at in close view. And these are the secondary structure of the protein that how will look like in the computer simulation. So there are other factors that how a particular amino acid is attached to that the ligand, and the interaction between the ligand and the protein that depends on the hydrogen bond and corresponds